Hi, fans of high-quality entertainment. I'm ranking and reviewing all of George Harrison's albums. And up next is 1981's Gone Troppo. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. Sometimes I mispronounce words, and I don't mind being told, as long as you add something else about the video. You don't just complain about me mispronouncing a word and that's it. So, thank you to the person that corrected me. I was saying it wrong. So anyway, I have played this album enough. I wasn't familiar with it, really at all, except for maybe That's the Way It Goes. That sounds like I had heard it in the past. But other than that, I didn't really know this album very well. And I've listened to it enough, and it never really improved with what I thought of it on the first or second listen after like 6, probably 7 listens in the last few days. So my opinion of this album, and I'll show you the cover. What an ugly cover. There's George there. And I guess this artwork was done by Larry Legs Smith from the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band. That must be what his brain looked like when he was doing it. Yeah, not the most attractive album cover. Here's the inside. Now, the title track, I've got it in my brain because it's such a catchy song. So there are some good songs on this album and some not so good songs. I'll show you the label here. Dark Horse, of course. Dark Horse, of course. That rhymes. There it is. Okay, so this is definitely my least favorite George Harrison album. And there's 2 more to go, which I'm a little more familiar with, especially the one of the albums. Going through the songs, the first song, as soon as the album starts, it's like, oh, we're in the 80s for sure. It's got that 80s sound. And I know people like to say, this album sounds dated. It sounds like the 80s. Well, it was recorded in the early 80s. So you can't blame, it was the times, right? So I don't really agree with, oh, that album's dated. It's when it was recorded, So the first song, Wake Up My Love, it's got that 80s sound to it. It sounds very dated. But it's a good, catchy song. I really do like it. Even on the first listen, I enjoyed it, except for the kind of cheesy instrumentation of the time. That's the Way It Goes. I think it's a George Harrison classic. It's great. I love it. Probably my favorite song on the album. Now, the third song, I Really Love You. This was my expression, seriously. Listening on headphones at night, this was my expression while listening to it. You don't really, I think George Harrison is singing with the others in the background vocals. There's no lead vocal from George on the song. It's a 50s cover version. I'm not familiar with the original song, but I would consider it probably the worst George Harrison song I've heard from his solo career. It's not very good. And then Grease is okay. Greese. He's not doing the cover version of Grease from the movie. Gone Troppo. I love that song. Like I said, it's very catchy, great chorus. but that's another one of my favorites from the album. Mystical One is good. It's typical George, mid-paced, but it's a very nice song. And Unknown Delight is very good. I enjoy that. And then Baby Don't Run Away isn't very good. I don't care for that. Very annoying chorus too. Dream Away is forgettable. And the final song, Circles, which he did record with the Beatles, but it was never, officially released. I think with each listen, I did start to enjoy it a little more. It's good, but it's not a great song. But, maybe a few more listens, I might appreciate it a bit more. But overall, like I said, it's definitely, it is upbeat at least. But it's got, some songs have this Caribbean music to it. He seemed to be in a good place at the time, which is good, but not so good to listen to. So it's definitely my least favorite George Harrison song. And also on Rate Your Music, where all fans, rate albums, this is the least favorite for most people, including me. So in my ranking, it goes between Extra Texture, Read All About It, and Electronic Sound in 9th place with a C+, which isn't very good for George Harrison. And also, I think the only rating I keep changing is Electronic Sound. When I did the review for it, I think I gave it a C+, and now it's down to just a D, because just, listening to all the other albums, I'm trying to, make sure the ratings are right. So yeah, Electronic Sound is a D. I'm not going to listen to that, maybe once every 5 years, if that. So it's my least favorite. And Gone Troppo is it's my least favorite of the regular George Harrison album so far. And I would love your thoughts on this. I'm sure there are fans of it, but I definitely liked Somewhere in England a lot more than this one and all the other albums. And that is it. Up next is Cloud 9. It took me a second because I don't have it written down here. And for Cloud 9, I did buy it when it came out, and I'll say more about it with the video. And I'm pretty familiar with it, except for maybe 3 or 4 songs. So I'll listen to that a few times and then do the review and the rating for that. And then, of course, Brainwashed, which I'm also, I've played maybe 2-3 times, but I definitely need to play it a few more times to do a proper review and ranking. So that is it. Thanks for watching. Would love your thoughts on this. Please remember to like the video, leave a comment below, and make sure you're subscribed. Have a great day. Goodbye. Gone Troppo. Gone Troppo.